Today we put a firm family favourite, the Nissan Qashqai, up against what is arguably its strongest rival to date, the new Renault Kadjar. If the newcomer looks somewhat familiar, it's because Nissan and Renault are part of an alliance, and so the Kadjar uses the same platform and engines as the Qashqai. In theory, Renault should have this one in the bag because it's had more than a year to see how the Qashqai can be improved upon. No surprise then, it's managed to liberate a bit more boot space, although it is worth noting you don't get these adjustable floors on the entry-level model, and Renault has decided to go for this retractable parcel shelf as opposed to the fixed one on the Qashqai. Rear seat space is about equal, with both cars able to carry 4 adults or 5 at a push. And of course, a rear-facing child seat slips into the Isofix mountings with ease, and the boot will easily swallow a baby buggy. It's Renault, though, that has the edge for dash design. Admittedly, some of the features are the same, such as these electric window switches. Renault, though, has done a good job of making its mark with these different air vents and nifty TFT screen, where the Nissan has just analog dials. In both cars, we'd recommend going for a diesel option because the 1.2 litre petrol just feels a bit too underpowered. In this Kadjar, we've got the 1.6 litre diesel, which has 130 horsepower, and it feels punchy enough to haul around a family and its luggage, but I would say it's a little noisy under acceleration and on idle. Otherwise, the Kadjar is a comfortable cruiser. It does a good job of shutting out wind and road noise, and there's not too much lean in the corners. Plus, the steering is weighty and direct. But if I had any criticism at all, it's with this gearbox, because it has quite a long throw and it's quite notchy. The gearbox in this Nissan is more precise, but still has a really long throw, so isn't perfect. And visibility is not as good as it is in the Renault, whether it's looking over your shoulder or trying to see round these windscreen pillars when pulling out of junctions. It's worth noting though, while it only has 110 horsepower, the 1.5 litre diesel is the one to go for, whether you have a Qashqai or a Kadjar, because it's smoother, quieter and more economical. In lab tests, this engine returned more than 70 miles per gallon, and it's impressive in the real world too, giving 54 miles per gallon in our hands. Unsurprisingly, in terms of driving, it's a close run between these two cars because they mainly use the same parts. The choice then is going to come down to two things: which one you think looks better and how much they cost to buy and run. It is here that Renault seems to gain an edge, with a range that starts at £18,000, which is £500 less than the Qashqai. You'll also get a 4-year warranty from Renault compared with 3 years with the Nissan. However, look more closely, and as you move up the Qashqai range, you'll see you get more equipment for your money. Plus, in the long run, it retains more of its value. So, unless you need every inch of boot space and love the Renault's fancy dials, the Nissan is still the one to have. To read in-depth reviews of other new cars on the market, visit the Telegraph Cars website by clicking here, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking here.